Boop, boop, boop. And that's gonna be ready here in a second as well. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Me late. No. It doesn't matter how early I get up here to start stream. I always somehow end up being a little late, and I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's an issue. I don't know how to fix that issue yet, but I'll get around to it. Trust me, guys. Just trust me. I'll get there. Just patience or something like that. Not sure that's gonna fix any of this, but that's okay. Let me go ahead and post it to the channels. All right, we're live. That's good. All right. Ads are gonna be starting in about a minute on the Twitch side. You guys can hop over to the YouTube side if you ever need to avoid those, but I appreciate you guys hanging around. All right, let's open up some Minecraft here. Oh, I've been hit. Oh, I'm almost dead. Okay, let's sleep really quick, and then I will talk you guys through some things, because I actually did a little bit of off-camera work. Not much, but a little. Very small amount. And I'll kind of show you guys what we did there. So, this building here is now completely filled in. Before, when I had left you guys, I think there was still stuff left to do on this tower, and then I also filled in the roof, and I put the rim around the roof as well to give it that depth. So it's got everything that it needs except the details, and then that building is done. That also means I had to get some deep slate, so down here we did dig a little bit more. I think this whole layer may have to come out. I haven't gotten to test very much. We may do that actually today and test just how the fog is going to work. But I do know I still want to do that. That's the only way that we can really move forward. If I rushed, there is like a possibility that we could put in a whole city down here, but it would never be as in-depth as I would want it to be. So, today, we're going to go ahead and start thinking about the finalities of this layer here and how we can possibly bring it to its fullest vision, I guess. All right. Now over here, there is a couple of things to look at. So we do need to consider if I do want anything on these portions. Like there's one right here and there's one right here that kind of look weird. Just being left blank, but also at the same time, I kind of get it. There's not a ton we can do there with how thin it is. But the main focus is this build right here. So I gotta design an entrance, which I think will probably go on this side just for visual interest's sake. Although it would make sense, logically speaking, to go over here. It's just also the viewing angle that everybody's going to be seeing. It makes sense for it to be there as well. So I don't know. We'll figure that out. We need to figure out where the entrance is. We got to figure out how we want everything else to kind of line up. We've had so many opportunities with details and such, like different copper bar variations. Like, you know, I've done these all over the place. We've done indentations of various types, and we've done lights, and you know, all these things have come together to kind of bring us to this one point. How do we want to tackle it? I don't know yet. So we'll see. All right, let's just focus on getting that entrance put in, though, because that'll determine where we go next with this. Okay. So I should also have some extra deep slate in here. It's not much, but it's a little bit. And I think... Why do I have... I don't know where I got diamonds from. Okay. So... What I'm kind of thinking is we'll take some copper. It works out pretty good having copper be one of the first blocks near the door. So I'm kind of leaning towards using that a little bit. Our lack of the waxed copper, or the oxidized copper, does kind of limit us a little bit here, because I would like to use it, but my brain isn't detaching from its actual in-game purpose, and so I'm having a hard time not equating that to just being old. We could actually try to use some tough bricks as well, since we have extra tough. Let's try some things here. So first things first, we gotta find the center point. Hello, Coral. Thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. Hello, it's good to see you. Swifty, thank you for submitting your taxes, and congrats on grabbing first 68 times in total. Suck it, Nathan, wherever you are. That's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's a middle point of 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 should be the middle. Or no, wait. Right there should be the middle, right? Yeah. Right. Back to Stranger Things grind, season 1, episode 5. Oh boy, you've got quite the way to go. Well, hopefully that goes well for you, Coral. Enjoy the Stranger Things. How art thou? I am swell rar. Hello, sheep. It's good to see you. I'm doing okay. Very tired, but I'm hanging in there. Can't complain too much. I cannot complain too much. Okay. For now, let's go ahead and take these 3. We're going to put them in here. Make some deep slate bricks so that we can put them right here. Alright. Now, I'm thinking this makes sense as a 3x3 right here. And then around the door, we can put... Maybe we do copper around the door. So it would go like, like that. And then I can actually put this here since we're not doing interiors. And then I can come over here and do that. And do this. Okay. Go to sleep. Oh, I'm early to stream for once. My bad. I have to go until you end stream. Oh, no. That's fair, though. Completely fair. I'm getting a free 3D printer tomorrow. Hey, that's awesome, dude. That is awesome. Hopefully, it works good. 3D printers are fun. Especially if you get into the designing side of things, it gets a lot more fun with that. 1, 2. It's also a really great way to give people gifts because you can make it basically for free. You just gotta spend some time on it, and everybody gets a personalized gift from you. It's great. I've done that a number of times, and it's been pretty well received every time I've given a handmade gift like that. In fact, I don't mean to brag. That's actually like some of the most, I wouldn't say prized possessions that my friends have. Definitely not the most prized, but highly regarded. Like, usually it's stuff that people will leave on their desk and they go, oh man, remember that time, King or Reg, whichever one you call me, remember that time he made me this thing? Good times. I still gotta think up some of the sequels to some of those gifts, because I really outdid myself on some of it. And other people, they just put it in a box, and that's highly regarded too, trust me. I kind of like this. It's got a little bit of contrast, but not like as big as just going straight up stone brick. Yeah, that works. Okay. It does need a little something though still, because that is very plain looking. What could I do to fix that? We got some copper trap doors. We utilize that anywhere, like I could. Those are options. We also got these copper grates. We could just lay that across the top. I don't know if I like that, though. The problem is it's very geometrical in shape. So you know, my usual saving grace is, oh, we'll just add more shape. But without being able to add a ton of shape, I have to add more color and more depth and detail that way, and it's really hard. That's not nearly as bad. It doesn't clash, because that is, like, cool colors right there. They're rooted out of blue instead of red. So, it's got a lot cleaner of a... It doesn't clash. We're getting into color theory here. I haven't explored color theory like that since... Oh boy, I was just a child. I was very little. I don't even remember how long ago that was. I might finish Season 2, watch Season 3 and 4. But I basically know everything for Volume 2. Oh, okay. I'm caught up now. I need to watch Stranger Things at some point just to see what the hype is about. But I don't know if I ever will get around to it. It's the sad thing. I've been really trying to get my backlog cleaned up so that I have time again. And instead of doing anything, I sit there doing nothing, because doing anything sounds really... I wouldn't say painful, but it doesn't sound like the most pleasant experience either. So I end up sitting there oftentimes wishing I would do something rather than actually doing anything. No clue if that makes any sense to anybody, but that's the current situation we're dealing with. Hello, Nathan. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. I do have a video I'm going to try to make tonight, though, because I didn't make one earlier today. Minecraft Snapshot 26.1 came out today. Minecraft Snapshot 1 of 26.1 came out today. And that didn't really have anything super interesting in it, so I wasn't going to make anything about that. But they did a cape, a limited time run cape for on Bedrock Edition that would also carry over to Java, and it's the zombie horse cape. I don't know if I can show it to you guys in here or not. Cosmetics, I guess. Yeah. Doesn't look like I can just see capes that I don't have. Okay. That's a little sad. Okay. But yeah, that cape was like a 3-day long thing, but you gotta think about it from the perspective of one of those days is being lost to sleep. I mean, you know, you guys can do the math. If you sleep 8 hours, which I know most of us probably aren't, but it's the principle here. If you're actually a functioning, healthy human being, you're sleeping 3 days there. So over that course of 3 days, that's 8, 16, 24. Okay, so one of your days is taken out. That leaves 2 logically. Now, the problem is those 2 days partially fall on Friday and Monday. That's like, okay, well, you got school on those days, you got work on those days, so that leaves Saturday and Sunday. Part of Saturday, part of Sunday. And if you're like me, if you're anything like me, Saturday just turned out to be absolutely abysmal because your whole plan got uprooted. And then Sunday was just, it was Sunday. You were expecting things to last longer anyway, but you put off everything because you're like, man, today's a great day to rest and do nothing. And that comes back to bite you because you didn't get the Minecraft cape. I'm not salty, just to clarify my position here, I'm not salty. I just wish Mojang handled that a little better. And I have some ideas of how they could, so I'm really wanting to make a video about that in specific, because they felt, I guess, like if you really wanted the cape, you were just gonna skip your midterms. Or not midterms, finals. It's finals season, isn't it? Like, wait a minute, hold up. You got that, you got holiday shopping. Like, I don't know what Mojang was thinking when they picked this time frame for a limited time cape. But they picked the worst time frame with the shortest amount of time as well. Like, even if you were just sick, that 3 days you could have easily have been taken out for. And I just think that was poor planning on their behalf. I don't expect them to give everybody the cape or anything. It bugs me that they did that, and almost nobody even talked about the cape being a thing from my research. It's been very much just like, I don't even think anybody's talked about the fact that it was such a short run. I don't even know if anybody knew they missed the cape. I mean, I talked about it in Discord with a few of you guys. Ellently knew about it. I don't know if Nathan knew that that was a cape as a possibility. And then I haven't seen anybody else respond to it, I don't believe. So it's one of those things, though. I don't think they really advertised it very well either. So it's just, like you said, yeah, Swifty, it very well could become a very rare cape just because of how poorly handled and managed the situation was. It sucks. It really sucks how that was all taken care of. And I've got some ideas of how they could even fix this situation if they just say, like, hey, you know, we realize we messed up because you guys actually do have a life outside of playing Minecraft. I know that's a shocker, but I think they really could have. I think they could have done better. That's the thing. I think they could extend the event and say, yeah, we messed up. We're giving you guys 2 additional weeks, because now we're getting to the point where people are actually on winter break. So people will actually have time to play some Minecraft. I don't think it should stop at like the very end of the Christmas season, because there's a lot of people who, when they have Christmas, they don't play video games. But nearing the end of that season, when you're getting to the end of winter break even, it's fine. I don't mind them trying to advertise Mounts of Mayhem. I just think they could have done it so much better. And they really dropped the ball on that. I beat you. I got first. I feel proud of myself. David, thank you for spending your taxes. I appreciate it. How are you doing today, dude? Hey, 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 hey. No, no, no. 4 is too much. Dang. The rarest cape that I want, that is currently achievable right now, is probably the map maker one, which I want so badly. That would be a really cool one to get, and I've got a idea for it, but I need to check into how Realm Map Maker cape, or how Realm maps work as an entirety, because I have an idea for a map I want to make anyway, but I don't know if it would work for a Realm, or if it would go outside the qualifications. I'm not entirely sure, but it is something I want to try, because like you said, the map maker cape is a huge flex, and it would be really, really cool. Let me press that again because Unk won't see it. Capes are lame on like my 30-day streak. Oh my gosh, 30 streak? That is insane, Nathan. GG's on that. Appreciate it. I like having the capes, but I don't really wear very many of them. I'm not even wearing one right now. but that's partially because none of them really ever fit my skin themes, so it just doesn't work out, unfortunately. But whenever I'm wearing my normal skin, I usually like to wear the golden cape that they gave us because it looks sick. So I've been really happy with that. I like the capes. I really think they're a cool way to celebrate features, and people can show off how long they've been around the community. They can, you know, have all these cool ways to celebrate the game, and I don't have a problem with them making capes. I just have a problem with how they've gone about releasing the cape. Lost track of time, been recording a video. Has it been working pretty good now, Nathan? You may need to go back and review the footage, but I know the settings were a little wonky. I think what I sent was probably gonna work. I don't know that to be certain, though. Think we gotta figure out what we're doing to the front here. Maybe I take your eyes off the bald spots here and I move it up here instead. So for that spot, I definitely know what I kind of want to try right now, and that's gonna be up here. So in the middle, we're gonna go all the way around. I've tried to make a few maps, but I mainly struggle with the technical side. That's usually the hardest part. I definitely agree there. I'm gonna try. We're really gonna try. I gotta figure out the logistics behind it, and I need to do that soon. But I'm wanting to start a creative series where I'm trying to build a map. And it would hopefully end with it being listed on the realms, and I would even consider trying to make it work on Minecraft Bedrock so that we can have it on the marketplace or something. I really resent them selling maps and such, but I also get it. That's just how it works over there right now. So I don't love it, but I would like to make a map over there at some point. So I may try to even transfer things over to Bedrock and do like a side series. But I've got the perfect map idea. It would be a very long-term project. I just got to plan out the logistics, like I said, and make sure it would be something that would be fun to do. And also figure out how it would look, how it would feel, and because what I'm planning essentially is putting a game within Minecraft, and with any game you need to make sure the plan is solid and that you're not constantly changing things in the middle of development. All good now. I dropped one frame on a 15 to 20 minute clip and 4 on another, but the others have been perfect. Not gonna stress about 1 or 4 frames. No one will notice. Yeah, that's good. That's really, really good. Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that. That's awesome. Abyss here with more bug fun facts. Ants are 1 quadrillion strong, and dragonflies are... Wait... What about... What? I'm sorry. Then... Sorry, not and. Oh, they're 1 quadrillion stronger? 1 quadrillion times stronger than dragonflies? I think. If that's the case, that is insane. Okay, that works. Yes. Okay. It's like a unibrow or something. I don't know. That's what we're calling it. Okay, so we got that first little area already done. Look at me go. Okay. We may do something on the roof here, I think, because it does need a little something. Even just adding the grates would be good. But on this side and the other side over here, I think we'll do probably some of this action. So what I'm actually going to do is Uh-oh, I'm lagging. Well, I gotta wait, because it's gonna do what it's gonna do. Sorry, my spelling is a bit off. I'm running with 3 coffees. Bear with me. Nah, you're good, dude. You're fine. 4 kilobytes per second. Bit. Sorry, bit rate. Why? Why? Just why? Just disconnect while we can. Does it bear with you? That sounds dangerous. I know. Kinda crazy. A little scary. Okay, are we back? Yes, no, maybe so. It's starting to stabilize. Twitch, welcome back. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't know why it does that, but it just does that. So we're back. So hi, hope you're doing well. Internet was being a little goofy. I'm still not seeing it come up on Twitch that we're live. Okay, there we go. That's better. That is better. You guys can resubmit your taxes though. That's nice, right? Okay. Let's get back in the game, shall we? I'm sorry about that. Internet problems. Love to see it. All right. Let's see. What were we getting ready to do? Right, we needed to wax all of this. I need one more. There we go. So first things first, we gotta strip it all, and then we can wax it. We may have to go back down to the trial chamber to collect more, but it's not the worst thing in the world, I guess. If only I had known I was going to be building with so much copper, I so would have built a copper farm like early in the season, just to guarantee that I was not going to have to do this at the end. But desperate times or something like that, I don't know. Hindsight is 2020. Okay. What? There we go. Okay. Yeah, pretty much today is just gonna be a busy day though. Get as much done in terms of this base as we can. Recap. Basically, big thing right here, okay? Down here, I've got little skyscrapers and such, and then down here, fog. We don't know how the fog's gonna work yet though, so we'll be doing a test on that after we finish this building right here. What's the average price for filament, and what's a good place to buy it for PLA? Give me 1 sec. I've got a lot of PLA. So, and I've had this for like a couple of years. You're not supposed to hold on to it for a long time because it does go bad after a while. But, you know, this is about how much PLA you get per box. This is what, 1 kilo. So, 280 millimeters of plastic. No, 280 meters. Sorry, I can't read. It's a lot of plastic. So, unless you're just doing very dense projects, one of these rolls will last you a couple of projects. To give you an idea, this is a prop. It's not a real weapon, okay? It's not even done. This took me, I think, just looking at the roll right now that I have up there, it took me, I think, just about maybe 70 grams at most. So, you know, a project like this isn't that big. You look at making a lot of stuff, then it kind of goes a little less far. How much it costs, that box right there, the only box I've ever bought. My brother-in-law gave me the rest of it that I have. It is, I think that one cost me like 16 bucks. But there's better brands out there as well. That was just the first one I had bought personally. So if I go to Amazon, I can tell you a little bit more about it. That's where you should buy it, in all honesty. PLA filament. Let's see. Sunlu is a good brand, I've heard. They're about $14 for the same amount that I got there. So about 40 cents an ounce. You can get a big bundle of it. So they've got actually that's not a good deal, never mind. But if you need like a sampler pack of different colors and such, they do have those as well. Sunlu is a good one. I know that for sure. I don't know if I would really mess with Creality's brand. The stuff they sent me as a starter did not work very good at all. But I also realized that's just what they sent with my printer. So it may have just been crappy filament in general. I don't know. I've heard Esun is also pretty decent. They make okay filament. I think it's a little more pricier than Sunlu, but Sunlu also does a lot with it's more so how you prepare it. So you want to make sure it's dry. So if you have a filament dryer, that's great. Those things cost I don't really remember. Hang on. Filament dryer. Mine I got I think last year for Christmas. I just my internet hates me today, guys. I'm so sorry. So bad. So bad. Okay. I don't really have the time to cancel. It's it's dead. I'm like getting cracked. All right. Internet speed test. Let's just find out how bad it really is, because I can't even load Google. I'm getting a lot of download apparently. Changer, because I myself have a filament dryer and it is good. So I can at least recommend that to you. I don't think we've reconnected to Twitch. I can't see Twitch chat. Okay. That's great. Can I please get Twitch chat back? Please. Okay. How we're good? I still can't see Twitch chat unless I pull it up in the wrong spot. If it goes out again, I'm just gonna say we're gonna have to call it there, guys. Like I can't work with the internet company when it does this, it just does it, and it is what it is. Pick what in the world is drying filament, and why is it wet? Okay, so. Alright. This is filament, right? It is the plastic you put into your 3D printer. The thing about it is, it starts to absorb water into it. The water comes in from the atmosphere because humidity. When you get that, it becomes brittle. So as you can see here on the end, this was attached to it, but it's not anymore. I snapped it off like it's nothing. It should not do that. That is not good filament. So I need to put it back in the dryer. Now, a filament dryer, it just heats up the filament to a proper temperature to help get the moisture out without melting the filament in its entirety. So, that's how you get better quality prints. It's what takes you from... let's see. It's what takes you from this kind of bottom of a boat to this kind of bottom of a boat. You can't really tell on camera very well, but it's a lot more clear and a lot more smooth. I think here's an even worse one. So, you know, there's a word on the bottom of there, though. It's a watermark. But the wetter your filament is, the worse it comes down because it bubbles up. It becomes stringy. And it becomes a lot more frustrating in general. What filament dryer would you recommend? I don't know personally because I haven't used a ton. The one I did use was Sunlu, the Sunlu Dryer S1, which I'll go to. I can't post that because I can't read it. Uh-oh. Yeah, everybody go ahead and submit your taxes again. That's the one that I have. It works pretty good. It is a little more on the pricier side, especially if you're like wanting to do multiple rolls at once, but that is the one I have. And I can vouch it does work. I still can't see your guys' chats. Okay. Let's close out that and then reopen it and see if that works. Yay or nay? I don't know. My name is Ren, not Lisa, using alt account. Hello, welcome on in, Ren. Hope you're doing well. King is overtaxing us. Today, apparently, I am. Thank you, everybody, for spending your taxes. I appreciate it. It's okay, my internet's still HC2. That's lovely. But yeah, I think you could get away with like $14 to $16 a roll of filament, and you may be able to find a better bulk buy deal where you can buy like, you know, 6 or 7 boxes all at once for a cheaper price. 169 tax submissions. Nice. Congrats, Admiral. Thank you for submitting your taxes. Once again, I am hoping that the person who gives me the 3D printer, as they are experienced 3D printing, they realize that a 3D printer without filament is a little useless and I need a few things to get started. That would be nice. I would hope so too. I would expect that they'd probably give you at least part of a roll, but maybe they wouldn't. I don't know. They do carry filament also at some hobby stores, so if you just need like a roll to get going, you could go and check out one of those if you have one, and see if they have any filament. Maybe look it up online or call them first and see. But that's totally up to you guys. I've decided I need to not be in VCs as much as I am. I've cut myself off on VC time lately because I do spend a lot of time there too. Hey guys, be cool and pay taxes like me, Admiral. This message is sponsored by King Ragnarok. 6 or 7 Admiral, stop playing Grow a Garden. Internet is going funny. He is lying. That's crazy. Yeah, you tried to say something there, Admiral. Guitar, do you play? I do play. I play guitar. I try to play every day, but I've been really bad lately. I have not played lately. But I do play, yes. Okay. I have no clue if the internet is working, guys. Just, like, yell at me if it doesn't. Okay, I'm still not seeing your Twitch chats. This is a problem. That's a really big problem. How can I fix that? You can pop it out. Yeah, but that's not how I usually have it. That's throw me off. Okay. And then we're gonna do that. This could possibly break more things, but it's okay. Okay. I think we're good now. We're gonna try that. Hopefully I can see your guys' messages better. E. Okay. Sweet. I can see Twitch chat again. I think I can still see YouTube chat. E. Yep, okay. Sweet. I can see everything. We're good. We're chilling. Sorry about that, guys. This stream is not going the way I would really want it to be, but that's okay. I'm really tempted for my first like large project to be a 3D printed ukulele after like I figure out how to use it. Absolutely, dude. And they have those files. If you ever go to like I use a program or a website called Thingiverse, they have ukuleles on there. I'm like 99% sure. Ukulele. Yep. Yep. They've got silly ones on here too, so you can really just do whatever you want there. They've even got 3D printed like guitars on here. Like you can do a lot. I want to mess with it at some point, but unfortunately, I just haven't. I don't have the time to mess with it, in all honesty, but I want to. I really do want to get around to it. Okay, we're gonna say that the internet is good right now. Okay, this is what we're working on today, guys. We are currently building this. I've been digging this and stripping it so that we can put wax on it, so that we can do this to that. That's what we're trying to do. That is all we're trying to do. If I missed any of your guys' chat messages, I apologize. Please. Why? What did I do? What did I do? Like, it says now that my encoding is overloaded. I didn't change a thing. I didn't change a single thing. Literally, it is exactly the same as I had it. It's kind of like going up and down. Like now it's fine. Well, it's because I'm not doing anything. The second I do something, it's gonna. If I'm missing your chat messages, let me know, guys. I will try to read it again, but just paste it back in chat if you need to. I'll just stand completely still. How about that? Is that good? Is that better? Let's see. 3D printed instruments are so cool. They are. They really are. How much do you get paid to say that? I need to look into those sponsored messages. Gets 10 Robux an hour. That's kind of nice. That's really good. I have to guess they're so slow. They really are. I wish there was a way to make them a little faster. They're a good speed for building, but they are a little slow for anything else. Maybe turn off shaders. Well, it shouldn't be that because the way I have it set up, my graphics card has its own encoder built in. So it encodes for OBS by itself on its own dedicated spot. Like, nothing else touches it. So it wouldn't make a ton of sense for this to be it. It very well could be. But, I'm still seeing it lag. Well, we might as well look beautiful if we're gonna lag. I'm just annoyed nobody has made a 3D printed piano that's a reasonable size, since it is so hard mainly, but even like a semi 3D printed one. The big thing with pianos is just actually making it make sound. Everything else can make sound, usually. For example, like the ukulele, it won't be able to make sound without the strings, but the expectation is you would just go buy strings. Pianos have strings, but the tension required to actually get them tight enough so that they actually make the sound is so hard to get. Even like pianos made out of wood usually have metal bracings within them so that it actually can get tight enough, because it's just that amount of tension. And most people don't know how to tune a piano. So. I'm just annoyed nobody has made it. I can't comment on government contract. Emergency music stream or that clip watching stream? No. Well, I'm not doing the music stream. Definitely not. Just because my parents have started sticking their nose in that, and I don't want to do that. As for the clip watching stream, I want to wait until the very end of the year to do that. I've got a perfect plan for it, and I don't want to mess with that plan because then it's just gonna make me more mad than I need to be. This is just like everything all at once. The internet, the hardware, for no reason the hardware. I don't want to say like this is divine intervention, but it feels very much like that. I don't know what I did to deserve this. I don't know. You would need petrified bracing in order to skip the metal parts of a piano. Yes, absolutely. What is it? It's like, how much pounds of force is on one of those strings? How many pounds of force is put into a piano string? I'm not playing Skywars. I refuse. A piano string typically holds 150 to 200 pounds of tension, with the bass strings often requiring more force than treble strings, leading to a total cumulative tension in a modern piano that can reach 20 to 30 tons, all held by the strong cast iron frame. Like, insane. Simple. If this divine intervention, your internet is about to go out fully for 1 minute. I don't think that's quite how that works. Usually we can't just say, this would happen if this were the case. But I like the way you think. Hello, Maya. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. That's why piano's falling off kills them. Not quite. That's not quite why that kills them, but definitely would add to it. The second those strings break free, that force has to go somewhere. So if that force is transferred into you, it would definitely turn you into jelly. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what to do, guys. Because I'm going to start moving. And it's going to start lagging again. Yeah? Yep. I don't know what to do. Maybe also the fact that a piano weighs several hundred pounds. That definitely adds to it. I bet a blood-stained piano with slightly broken strings sound weirdly cool. The bloodstains would look cool, I suppose. Slightly broken strings have a special sound. If you ever want to hear weird pianos, look up, what's his name? Matthias. No. Yes? Hang on. I'll look him up. I'll send you one of his videos. Where is this guy? Ugh. To do that waterboarded that one piano? Yes, that guy. He also, like, milked spiders at one point, to, make a guitar out of, spider silk. This guy does a lot of stupid things. I'll just send you his channel and you guys can go check him out. He's done a lot of weird videos. So he taught an octopus how to play piano. That was a good video. He's done a lot of weird guitars. He's done stupid pianos, like the 1,000,000 volt piano. Water pianos. Yes, the E piano guy. Yeah, he's done a lot of weird ones. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Okay. Okay, can't see lag. Yeah, I realized that midway through. So it has to do with the amount of movement on screen, if I had to guess. It doesn't have to do very much when I'm not in motion. So it encodes less overall. But why is the encoding so high? That's my question. Because I'm not, like, doing anything crazy. I didn't change any of my settings anywhere on my computer. And it's doing this. Hello, Angela. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. What you doing? I am trying to build, but I am lagging really badly when I move around, so I'm trying not to do very much of that until we figure out a way to fix it, or until I give up. It's one of those two. If I give up, I can at least do some off-camera work, but I didn't really want to do that. I really wanted to actually, do the stream. I think it's because of shaders. No, it's encoding problems. So for whatever reason, my graphics card is it's got its own dedicated encoding hardware set aside that isn't touched by anything else in the computer, and it is throwing a fit when I move around. And before that, also we had issues with the internet. So it's a lot of different things combining into one problem. and I don't know what to do about it yet. But we tried it without shaders, and it was lagging too, so I know it's not that. I figured if we were gonna lag, we might as well lag and be beautiful, right? Give up and just do a just chatting stream. I could do that. That is an option. But I don't know what to chat about. I usually write down all my topics first, but we could talk. I mean, if you guys have things you want to talk about, that's great. I know for me, the only topics I've got is, I guess I could talk about some things. I got a few things. So I've been trying so desperately to hit 4,000 watch hours on YouTube. We are like less than 250 away. Actually, I think we're less than 150 away now. Ready? I'm gonna look this up. We've been rapidly approaching it, is my point. And I keep getting stuck. I can't seem to push past it. Okay, we're under 200 now. And it's really tough. I also have been hovering nonstop at 1,484 subscribers. I've been trying to hit 1,500 for like 3 months, it feels like now, and I just, for whatever reason, it's not moving. The number just is not moving at all. Which is okay. It is completely okay. It's just, I don't know what is going on with YouTube. The new experimental features that I've been testing aren't working like at all. And YouTube is not rewarding me for testing their features for them. Sadly. So I'm kind of debating maybe even not testing those features anymore because for example, usually by now we would have had at least 50 views on this stream in total. We have 11. I by the end of the stream, I would usually have, 100, 200, maybe 300 views on the stream. We're usually ending with about 50 at for whatever reason, this feature just does not work. And I've been really debating saying, screw it, we're not going to use this anymore just because of that. Because it isn't helping very much at all. YouTube is working on beta stuff. Yeah, so they have a new feature for dual streaming. So right now I'm actually streaming in both vertical and horizontal format on YouTube. The problem is it auto crops it so that my face cam is no longer on stream. So in things where I'm not like actively moving around, it gets kind of boring. Whereas before I had my face cam on stream, I was able to kind of yap and talk whenever I wanted, and you guys would at least have something on screen going on. But like you said, yeah, vertical stream only shows the middle, which isn't helpful. And YouTube hasn't really indicated, as far as I'm aware, that they're going to do more with it. But it's tanked the viewership because of that. And unfortunately, there's not other options. I don't know if I'm gonna mess with it or not. We'll see. I do need to read up on your chats as well. Okay, good. Dedicated Wham, we are your entertainment. What are you doing for Christmas? I'm gonna have family over. So pretty much for the entire week of Christmas, I'm not gonna be on stream, but I will be hanging out on Discord and stuff, talking to you guys there. But I will be home, just with family, and I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be fun. King, did you know that unlike most chronically online people, I'm an extrovert? Really? That is insane. I don't know how people are extroverted. I don't like people. They're scary. 4,000 watch hours. Yeah, we're really, really close to it. And I've been trying to break it for about a month, but it's slowed down. Which is unfortunate, but I'm still trying. You know, my status on Discord right now is broken legs, but I chase perfection, which comes from the song Mansion by NF. Great song, but it very much lines up with my thought process. I may be like absolutely dying right now in a lot of regards. What I am doing though is like I am 100% still going for it. Like no amount of pain is gonna stop it. I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna keep running, and I'm gonna run faster than anybody else because I want it more. That does mean that unfortunately, like my workload capacity is like plummeting, but I am still trying, and you know, if for nothing else, I persevere, and that's really cool, right? I took that MB Meyer-Briggs testing thing, and I got ENFJ. Ah, okay. I think INFJ. So, you and I are on the opposite ends for extrovert, introvert. That's very interesting. That is very, very interesting. Rare combo, it really is. Do one of the rare ones. Is it? I don't know. I actually don't really know too much about that stuff. I know a lot about some of the stuff, but I don't know a ton because none of my friends are really into it. I love dissecting personalities and putting them into boxes. I think it's satisfying to me, and I really love to see where people are, and I also like to see if I break any of the normals. Because a lot of the times, you know, we look at things and we go, oh, yeah, we're friends. And then, like, we look and we're like, that's a really weird friendship now I think about it. And it's not like we're not going to be friends because the test says we can't be. But I really love to sit there and go, huh, according to this test, we can't be friends, but we work great as friends, and that's awesome. And it's just interesting always to see what the science says and what, you know, what actually is, what is actually accurate. Will it still lag in a different server? Yes, because it's due to an encoding problem and not a game problem. It has to do with large amounts of movement on the screen. So if I start moving around, you guys will probably start to see it. Hasn't started yet. Hang on. There it goes. Starting now. A little bit. It might do better for this too. I'm not getting the warning yet, but I know it was happening. It's sort of choppy on my side. It's probably not fully choppy on yours, but it's close. We'll see. But apparently it is. Hey, you're a rarity. That's awesome. The flex. What are you making, and what is it for? I'm making a cool base. Why? Because it's cool. That's all it's for. So big dome, middle of the water, with big city inside of it. That's all it is. Can I sleep? There we go. I might mix up these letter combos look too alike. That's fair. I'm right there with you. Friend befriend. What? I'm so... Okay. Where fit? What? The fish are in the water. Apparently 84% extroverted. That is insane. I could never. I could never. I think I don't even know what mine was at. It's been ages since I've taken it. I probably should take it again at some point. But I'm too lazy, so I probably won't. I made more progress on island, more trees. That's awesome. I know I saw the picture that you posted like at, I don't know, it was probably 11:50 something. I saw that in Discord. You're lazy to do that, but you can take this. Yes, it's all about where the motivation lies. Truthfully, I wouldn't do this if it weren't for the fact that I have an obligation to do it. You know, I've got you guys to hold me accountable for this. The other stuff, it's just like, why would I do that? I shouldn't say I'm lazy. I'm not lazy. I'm just unmotivated in a lot of spots. And a lot of people say you just need more discipline, blah, 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 blah. And they, like, try to turn it into some alpha male speech or something like that. And it's not that, because I've tried to just go pure motivation and just make myself do it, just do it. It doesn't, that doesn't work for me. And, it just leads you to burnout. I really admire that there are people out there who can just do it. And there are some things in life that you have to just do. But, there's a lot more to it, in my case, I feel like, than just doing it. Even things that I want to do, like, for example, I've got a video game I'm supposed to be working on, and I haven't touched it in over 2 weeks. Even though I really want to, I haven't been able to get myself to do it. I've got videos that I want to make, and I haven't been able to get myself to do it because I can't just do it. And I've scheduled it. I've set deadlines for myself. Those deadlines that are self-imposed don't work. I'm at a point where I don't know what to do with myself anymore on that. It's a little bit of an argument with some people. I think, neurologically speaking, I probably show some symptoms of ADHD or, especially just something to do with focus, or, especially with executive function, where I want to do things, but I can't get myself to do them. I sit here instead and think about doing them because the actually picking to do something really isn't easy because everything ties into itself. So ultimately, everything I do ties into what I want to do for the future. So every video I make, every line of code I write for the video game, every message I send ultimately is in an end goal to bring me to a future that I like. I think that far ahead with everything. I try to anyway. But in that, I kind of try to optimize my time, and in optimizing my time, I actually end up losing more time because I'm sitting there thinking, well, I need to do this, this, and this, but I don't have any idea of how to do this and this and this. I was really hoping merch ideas would come to me for King SMP Season 3, that world download, so I could make the video and put it out for you guys so you can download the world. Nothing has come to me. And I realize I probably just need to sit down and try it, but I am really stuck. And I haven't been able to get myself to do such a thing. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll get there. Um, we'll figure it out. But I know I can't manage it on my own anymore. Is where I'm at with it. It's just a whole ordeal. Personally speaking. Let's see. I'm just trying to remember mine in fee here. I cry about it later. /JK. Funny. Sent pictures in Discord. Just more trees, to be honest. Energy efficient. Yeah, that I like that term better. That's good. I do stuff because I'm forced to. No one wants a job. Other than playing stuff. Dang, really, I should do schoolwork, but I'm lazy. Schoolwork sucked. Unless I really had a subject that I wanted to work. I could not really do it. I remember, like personal finance. I loved that. That was an easy topic for me. Anatomy. That was also another really easy one for me because I'm always interested in it, and it had a lot to do with helping me understand why my body does what it does. In a lot of cases, like I learned a lot more about the heart and the bones and all those things that affect me as a person now. And it gave me the knowledge so that I could kind of start researching and figuring out what in the world I needed to talk to my doctor about, which made that subject so much more fun. Hello, Raiders. Welcome on in. Emerald's Ace. Welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing? If you guys need to hop out, raid around, post-stream things, please feel free to do those stuff. But I appreciate the raid. What were you guys up to today, if you don't mind me asking? To follow up on that thought before I lose it, other subjects like math took me forever to do because I would get distracted. I wasn't even on my phone. I would set my phone in a different room because I knew it would be a distraction. So what I would oftentimes end up doing was set my phone away, and I would sit there and I would try to read, or I would try to do a problem. And as I'm trying to do the problem, or as I'm trying to read, my brain thinks of something else that's more entertaining, and I see that, and I hear that, and I think that while I'm reading what's on the page. I don't retain a single thing that's on the page. I don't know how to explain that to anybody in a better way. That I don't know if that makes any sense. But I legitimately, whenever I read anything longer than maybe 3 sentences, that happens to me. Because I can't focus on hefty amounts of reading. Even things that I loved, like history, or social studies, civics, all those things that I really like. I would sit there, and as I was reading, I would get into the story to a certain degree, and I would trail off. And I would go, okay, so in this scenario, it would be like living like this, and then it would spin off into my own life where I'd go, okay, so this is like this, and it's like, oh, I need to go do this. I need to talk to this person about this thing. Oh, but they said this one thing to me this one time, so I gotta be careful because I don't want them to be mean to me, because I want them to like me. And then before you know it, you're like, oh, it's been an hour and I'm still on the same problem. The last couple of years of school was rough. I was struggling my way through it. English took me forever. I know what you mean. That happens to me. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Okay, that makes me happy to know. I need to read your chats. My bad, guys. Put in work and I believe in you, and get help. Good too. Help is a great thing, and I think it will really help. I use help to find help. You're good, dude. You're good. I'm good at math, but I forgive. Put in the work. Yeah, math I did not do good in at all. It was like the least interesting subject to me. But that's completely fair. I just make it easy for me. I cut it in half, then I do the other one. I put them in one. Get it? I think I understand it. Yeah, so you do half the work, then you do the other half, then you put it together so that you kind of remember it all. That's good. I make a house story while trying to get math instead of doing math. I couldn't help it. I'm bad at math. Fair enough. I'll read stuff and just not process it at all while I'm reading it. I am the same exact way, Coral. Like, I don't think it's any secret whatsoever. I don't make it anyway. I do try to read the Bible a lot. I try to read once a day, every day. Varying amounts of chapters. I think today I was really planning on trying to get 6 in, and I ended up last night. I sat down to do it, and I made it through about like one paragraph. That's all it took, and suddenly I was like not even reading anymore. Like I saw the words, and my eyes they were reading. Okay, the eyes were reading. My brain was somewhere else. It wasn't in the book. And I feel really bad about that because I just can't seem to figure that out. And you know, a lot of people are just like, well, just like stop getting distracted. That doesn't work. I don't know how to help other people understand it. I'm glad you guys do, because otherwise I'd be screwed trying to explain this. But my parents really don't understand that to a huge degree. Like, they understand it a little bit, but because it wasn't there when they were predominantly helping with my school, it doesn't flag as something that makes much sense. It's just like, why don't you just try sleeping more? It's like, I don't know, man. I tried to sleep. My sleep schedule is wacky, though. Oh my goodness. Lately it's been like flipped. So I'm going to bed at like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and then waking up at today I woke up at 3 in the morning after waking up a couple of times, but I just wasn't rested. My sleep schedule's a mess, and I hate it. I really do hate it. But I haven't been able to fix it, and I don't know what to do about that anymore. I don't know what to do about it, because nobody seems to really have a actually halfway decent suggestion on that. They're just like, go to bed when you're tired, and then when I do go to bed when I'm tired, they're like, well, then you need to... then you really should go to bed earlier. Like, well, if I go to bed earlier, I'm just gonna lay there until I do fall asleep, which is gonna be at the same time as always. Or I'll mean to go to bed at 2 in the morning, like when I want to, and instead of going to bed at 2 in the morning, I got distracted because I wanted to do insert thing here, and that thing was supposed to take me 30 minutes, but instead it took me 2 hours, and suddenly it's 4 in the morning. I'm a mess. And that's why it takes me ages 3 to book. Okay, I'm so glad I'm in good company here, dude. I can't read. Add that on top of, like, I want to, like, call it straight up dyslexia, because I don't think I have it nearly as bad as other people, if I do have it at all, but I definitely do have symptoms of it. It just makes reading a nightmare. Is reading the same book every other year count? I'd say that reads like that's a little bit of reading, sure. I like that. If you found a good book that you like, that's great. I sleep and I wake up at 7. I applaud you, dude, for waking up that early. GG's. My problem is when I go to bed earlier, I can't go to sleep. I used to take a crap ton of melatonin, and then it stopped working. Oh, no. We wake up, then we sleep. Yep. I wake up. Let's see, I woke up today at 11:30 because I was just gonna get up, eat lunch, get some work done. Because I know I need to get a video done this week. And I woke up and I just couldn't get out of bed. I was like, you know, I budgeted a little extra time. I'll just sleep for 30 more minutes. I don't recall, like, much of that time period when I said I was gonna go to sleep for 30 more minutes. And I don't recall waking up to my alarm after those 30 minutes were up, but I know I set one. And then I woke up at like 3 in the morning. Like, I want to, like, fix it. I really do. It doesn't seem like I do because I keep doing the same thing over and over again, but I can't. There is no amount of me fixing this that is possible. Somebody else needs to, like, intervene here. I don't know what that would look like yet, but I gotta get help. It's really bad. I promise when I go to bed earlier, I can't go to sleep. Yeah, I felt that. I went to bed earlier on Saturday because I was like, oh, I know I got to go somewhere in the morning. I tossed and turned until it was like 5 in the morning, at which point I fell asleep and then woke up an hour later because I needed to leave at 6. Or I knew I needed to be up at 6 in order to leave at apparently 7:45. But I thought we were leaving at 7. So that didn't really work out super well. You're telling me I wake up, we sleep, we can't get up unless we have that loud boom from our phone. Yeah, take a little sleep, wake up at 5. Yeah, it sounds about right. Hi again, hello TJ, welcome on in, hope you're doing well, it's good to see you, dude. For me, I struggle because when I wake up, I don't want to do anything. Like, I don't want to make a decision. I don't want to, I don't have a lot of blood flow in the morning, so I'm really cold. But I'm also sweaty because for whatever reason I sweat when I'm cold too. That's great. That's lovely. And then also at the same time my heart rate spikes when I stand because probably POTS. The doctors never really gave that diagnosis, but you stand up, the heart rate spikes, and then you're like, uh-oh, I could pass out, or I could just, you know, the adrenaline spikes a little bit, but it makes you exhausted when the adrenaline spikes because you're so early in the morning. So then you get back in bed because you're like, you don't want to fall over because you're a little dizzy. So you sit back down, and the next thing you know, you fall asleep and you wake back up, and it's like, uh-oh, I overslept this one thing I wanted to do. For example, Swiftu and we planned something. I almost didn't even wake up in time for that, dude. I don't know if you're here, Swiftu. I almost missed that thing. I don't know if we talked about what that thing is before, so I don't want to, like, spoil it, but I almost slept before. Ow. It was really bad. But I knew I had no choice. I made a promise I was going to be there, so I knew I had to be there, and that really helped. But it didn't, like, fix it. But even, like, sitting down, for example, I sit in my chair sometimes instead of getting back in bed, and I have my meds in front of me to help me. Like, so I've got, like, my allergy meds, I've got my vitamin D, I've got my thyroid medication. That's all right here with a glass of water. Even just picking up the glass of water is, like, a chore. And I don't know what to do about that. Everybody acts like I'm over-exaggerating that, so I don't really talk about it much. But try to alarm me, and guess what? I did it in the morning. Did you wake up? I have a feeling you woke up, but you probably went back to bed. Which is completely and totally fair. I freaked out, deleted the app, and went back to sleep. That is wild. That is wild. Oh, no. Dang. Well, you at least tried. That's all that mattered. I wanted to fix mine, but all the cool people are not in my time zone. I've been thinking about streaming a little earlier. Especially if I take on a weekend stream. I would like to stream a little earlier in the day, but I don't know if that'll happen or not. We'll see. We will see. When someone is cold, they don't get out of the bed until they see the time. Yep. Yep. Well, I saw all the time. I just didn't care. I try to stay up, but when I close my eyes, I wake up to the sun coming up. Oof. No, like, nah, like, I wake up and like, I wake up. Fair enough. Fair enough. I didn't even turn the alarm off. I just unlocked my phone and deleted it. That is funny. That is so funny. I haven't done that before, I don't think. But the thought has crossed my mind, I'm not gonna lie. The only time I effectively get out of bed is when I have like an hour of sleep, and that is not good for you. I felt that. It's a lot easier to get out of bed after like an hour and a half of sleep. For me, I've done the research. Apparently, like, what, an hour and a half is for the average sleep cycle. So every cycle, you want to wake up at the end of every cycle. So every hour and a half interval. So an hour and a half, 3 hours, 4.5 hours, 6 hours, so on and so forth. That's usually when you want to wake up, is at the end of the cycle. Because your brain will be more alert. The unfortunate thing is society doesn't like playing by that rule, I guess. So 9 hours of sleep is good. Yes, actually. 8 hours is like the average that they say people should have. But every age group is different, every body type is different, and your own physical health is different as well. So everybody should have a different sleep duration. 8 hours is just what they recommend across the board as the average, but kids should actually be having longer sleep durations, and teenagers even should be having a longer sleep duration than what they get. But we've set up society in such a way around the 8-hour sleep schedule that it has actually really hurt young people. And I really disdain that. I'm not gonna lie. There was some time I wake up, then I don't sleep. I stay up when it is 6:30, and I stay up until 7. Is it worth it? No. Fair enough. I get that, dude. Totally fair. My body wants me to get an hour of sleep nightly, but my mind does. I hope your sleep gets better, Coral. I really do. Sleep is important. It's very important. It's just unfortunate that we're built for a different setup than what the rules are set in place. Like, for example, my body right now, it is choosing actively to be more awake at night, which is fine. I would be okay with that. The problem is, to make it to doctor's appointments, I can't just sleep the whole day away. In order to go to stores or to see my family, I gotta wake up at the mornings because everybody else wakes up in the mornings. It's not ideal for me. But, you know, in the case of family, I wouldn't expect them to change their schedule for me because I'm trying to change it for them. Or in the cases of, you know, doctors, I understand that there's a very limited amount of doctors in the world, and there's a very limited type of specialists in the world. So I can only do so much there, I suppose. It is better, how dare you? It is much better than it was. That's for sure. But hopefully it gets even better from now. My body feels like stay up all day, but then my mind is like, go to sleep now. Yep, I felt that. Although for me, it's almost the reverse. My mind usually doesn't want to go to sleep until well, when I wake up, my mind doesn't want to sleep. My body does. When I'm awake, my body wants to go to sleep, but my mind doesn't. My body always wants to sleep. It's very tired all the time. I don't really get energy in my body. So even just like getting out from underneath the blankets is like a workout. Sound awfully familiar, yeah. Sleep, what's that? In the day, our bodies feel good, but then I start to feel sleepy. Then I look at my class, and I'm like, oh, I need to stay up. I stay up. No. And yes, I put my hand on my face, hold it up. Teacher doesn't see me. I get what you're saying. I understand. In the car, I try not to sleep very much in the car because it usually dries out my throat. Because they like to blast the air conditioning in there. So whatever. I don't know. So it's cold in there already. Like, it's just blasting in your face. But at a certain point, my body just, or my mind, I guess, I don't know which one. Probably my body. The lack of motion is what really kills it. It's just like, boop. And I'm out. And I don't know what to do about that. Every doctor I've talked to about fatigue, they usually, I don't want to say they brush me off about it, but they don't, part of it is I don't push for it, so I understand that. Like, for example, like, last time we went, they were like, well, we haven't had you on vitamin D in a while, so let's give you some vitamin D pills. Like, okay, I got vitamin D pills. We're great now. Like, we'll also check your thyroid just to make sure that that's still good. And, like, lo and behold, it's still good. Vitamin D was absurdly low. But, you know, that didn't fix it because the fatigue is outside of this very limited time problem that I'm having. And unfortunately, I just don't go back enough to keep saying, hey, this is still a problem. Hey, this is still a problem. Because I don't want to keep going back and doing that. That's exhausting. And unfortunately with, like, the connective tissue stuff, they've basically reached the point where they're kind of starting to say we don't know, and we don't know if we'll ever know. But we'll let you know if we ever do find out more so that you will know. But, you know, nobody can tell me why my fingers bend back that far, you know? That's, like, okay, but it's a problem when it starts hurting. My joints all hurt pretty bad a lot of the time. And it's very easy to pop them in and out of place. My jaw, even just talking sometimes pops. When I eat, it pops. When I yawn, it pops out. Like, when I did a really big yawn the other day, it popped all the way out like this. And then my Adam's apple came down and just stretched a whole bunch of muscles in there that did not want to stretch. And oh my goodness, that was like really, really annoyingly painful. Now, it wasn't permanent, but man, did it not feel great. And unfortunately, you know, they just kind of shrug their shoulders and they're like, we don't know. Which I appreciate that more than just saying maybe it's anxiety. Which is what my cardiology visit entailed. They said, I'm trying to remember what exactly they told us, but it equated to we don't know, but they wouldn't say that they didn't know because they didn't want to admit that they didn't know. I have beef with doctors, if you guys couldn't tell. Dry mouth in the car makes you in the car make you think about your life. Yeah, it does. It's awful. Absolutely awful. My doc gave me pain meds that don't work, so now I wonder if I should even take them anymore. Probably not. If it's not helping at all, then it's probably doing your body less good than anything. If it does help a little, then it may still be worth taking them. I don't know. Honestly, that's up to you and your doctor on whether you should take them if they're not working. I should do my work, but I'm still here talking, and this is worth it, yes. It is very much worth it. I don't want to keep you from your work too long, so please do, you know, get any work that you have done, just so that you don't get stressed out later. I know that's how I am as well, so I can't really talk much. I'm really bad about it, where I'll sit there and I'll yap with somebody for hours. It's why random phone calls really are bad for me, because the second somebody calls me, I'm like, I can't work and do phone calls at the same time. I know somebody suggested to me one time, what if you do like, what is it, mirroring? Is that what they call it? Where, somebody is doing the same sort of task as you, and so you are held accountable because you're both doing the same thing, so you don't feel like you're doing it alone. Somebody just told me to try that, and I tried that. My friend was writing a paper. I don't know. He may be in chat. Pointless Plays was writing a paper, and him and I were in call with each other, which was fine. It was a fun time. But instead of actually doing any of that work, I sat there for 2 hours trying to get this task done. But every time I started to do the task, I would get distracted doing something else. And it was a whole mess. Mirroring, like being upside down in a reflection. Exactly. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Too bad I am going to talk and talk. You talk if you want to talk, man. I can't tell you what to do. Yeah. No, I understand. It's tough to do things, and unfortunately the tools in life aren't built around doing things. I really do need to go to the doctor and like suck it up and ask them about possibly getting some of my focus things diagnosed, but like I said earlier, that's a process. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, they're gonna probably shrug their shoulders and say, we don't know, but we think it's this, which is something. It's not a bad thing. Um, but then it's kind of the question of, well, what are you gonna do to treat it? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Well, you know, I live in a area and a medication for that stuff isn't like the most kindly treated idea for a lot of people. They kind of tense up when they hear that you're taking medication for it, because it had a bad rep for a long time. And I understand that, but as somebody who has done research on it, it's actually not that bad. It may have been that bad at one point in time, but it's not anymore. And it's also very controlled, so it's not as addictive as a lot of other things. And just like any medication, it has side effects. Like my thyroid medication, if I'm not mistaken, it has some really nasty side effects. All of my medications do, because that's the nature of medicine. It's just that one in specific got demonized for whatever reason. So it's kind of like, it's got a weird stigma around it, and it's hard to get it if you want. You should take care, but I mean that in a good way. I definitely do want to, you know, take care of myself. It's just, it's a process. A lot of it is a process, and I'll get there eventually. It's just one doctor at a time. Water, drink water. I do need to drink water. Okay. Yeah. Is that even water? This? Yeah, this is water. Can't really like tilt it towards you too much. You know, I don't want to like pour it out, but it's clear. It's water. This is coffee though. I do like coffee. Coffee's really good. Which probably isn't helping my sleep at all. But I had sleep issues before the coffee, so we can safely cross that off the list. This is a nice conversation. I didn't realize just how much I wanted to yap about all that stuff. I don't even know how it started. We were talking about school. How did we get to sleep and then back to focus issues? I don't know. Sweet dark coffee is good. I just like, well, I don't like just black coffee, but I do like coffee when it's sweet. Absolutely. I drink iced coffee. So, the sweeter flavors are brought out even more with the cold. And so it's really good. Really, really good. Also, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it, dude. Okay. Iced coffee, I'm not a big fan, really. I know not everybody likes iced coffee. I don't like drinking it super warm. I don't hate it, but it makes me feel happier when it's cold. I don't know. I prefer sweets when they're cold, generally speaking. You know, ice cream, pie, even some cakes, when they're cold, I prefer those. But when it comes to warm stuff, it's like, okay, that would be cookies, brownies, but I feel like those have a little less of a sweet value to them than what I prefer my coffee to be at. Which might sound weird depending on what kind of brownies and cookies I guess you guys have. A bit more of a warm, not hot. Hot makes me feel like touch it with my mouth burns. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I could definitely agree there. Hot coffee is stuff when you have sweet stuff on the side. Yeah, I could agree with that. That would be like a donut and some warm coffee would be really good. But I don't really eat anything with my coffee, so I usually, ooh, a churro. I don't know why that came to mind. I never eat churros, but like a churro with some coffee, that sounds amazing. Oh man, I'm getting hungry. Ooh, Water Ghost. Hello, how's it going, dude? I hate ads. Amen to that, dude. Me too. Me too. Going good. Glad to hear it. Thank you for putting your taxes. I appreciate it. Need to check something quick. Okay. We're good. Boop. Boo, ads. I know. Ads suck. I use ads whenever I get hit with an ad when I'm watching somebody. I use that as my opportunity to quietly leave the room. Because I know I will get stuck talking if I'm not careful. So ads are just like that perfect break time where it's like, oh, I need to go and actually work on stuff, so I'm gonna use time to go do that. I really hate how little work we've been able to do today, but I'm scared to move because I don't want to start working and then it start lagging again. I don't know what to do. Oh no. See, so tonight I know outside of stream we need to make a video. I've already got the video idea in mind. I'm gonna try to write, record, and edit half of it today. And then I'll do the other half of the editing tomorrow when I wake up. I'll release it tomorrow, hopefully. And then that'll have this week covered. Next week I'm gonna be gone, so I'll schedule out one of my videos to come out then. Probably the I think I'll release the Copper Golem video. I think that's starting to lose its hype value, and I really want that to come out soon. It was a good video. And then the week after that, I need to get back to working on things. I'm really far behind. I feel weird. I just need to get stuff done. I've got all day to do things. I'm not in school and I'm not working and I'm not doing anything, and that's not lovely. I don't know what to do about that. I'm waiting and I hate ads. Fair enough. Ads suck. I'm with you there, dude. Welcome back from the ads. Hope you're doing well. I just noticed I might be the only one talking and you, but we knew that. Yeah, that's all right. Water Ghost is here too now, so everybody's probably lurking, doing their own thing, which is completely fair. I do that too. Oftentimes that's how I watch most streams. I just start lurking and working on my own things. What were we talking about? We were talking about coffee and the hot versus cold and all that kind of stuff. I can talk. Can you talk? Actually, you know what? We do know you can talk. You are an extrovert, so you were basically born to talk. I can join in again. You guys can do your own thing. Like, I don't care. It's a-okay. I'm glad that you guys are able to actually work while listening in. Good. Talking, yay, more people. Hey. I'm gonna clean out my earbuds case, I'm thinking. I don't have, like, the greatest of hearing, and I'm starting to understand why, because I've looked at my earbuds, and they're not clean. I don't really want to describe beyond that, because it's kind of gross. But that's, like, a small idea of what might be in my ear, and that's, not greatest, I guess. I don't. So I guess I'm cleaning these right now on stream, apparently. But I also should sleep, so I go middle way and I just do nothing and stare. I felt that. Thank you for saying that, because that makes me feel so much better about what I do. I am, like, so similar. Not a good thing, but it is at least a human thing. That's nice. So I was working well. We all got bad stuff to do and annoying stuff. That is so fair. That we're staying up to watch the game and talk. Nice, man. Yes, it is very much. I appreciate that. I do think it is more important to get school and stuff done. You guys have important things, or at least very much important to you. But if this is what you guys would rather do, I'm not here to tell you. I appreciate that you guys are here at all. I've talked about this probably a little too much over the last couple of streams. The fact that you guys choose to spend time here is wild. I mean, Coral has said just a little bit about how much effort she puts into being here, which is I don't know. I don't think anybody else has quite put in as much on the line. Like Swifto has said hello when he's been at like concerts, I think, um, for band, but I don't think he would dare leave a hangout with his friend to say hi or um or excuse himself from a date to to uh get your tax submission, which is like, you know, that just shows the dedication, but it's much appreciated. I not like that. It won't come out. I need rubbing alcohol. Um, that's fine. Real worth it. Okay, well, I'm glad that you guys feel that way. I really am. I can't tell you guys what's worth it to you, but if you guys believe it to be worth it, then it is. Oh yeah, I mean, I like fair enough. You guys are amazing. I don't know. It's incredible to me that I don't know. You guys actually want to be here. Most of the time I want to be here though, so I guess that's like something. This is definitely not a nonchalant act. Trust me. It's like whatever. It's 3 a.m. I wouldn't be here if you don't like it. That is fine. Go to bed, Nikita. Go to bed. I have banned people for not sleeping before. That was fun. I only got yelled at about that for like, I think I got yelled at that for like 2 days, and then the guy came back to me later and was like, yeah, you know, that was justified. I respect you for it. I didn't ban outright. I temp banned. I wouldn't ban you though, because like your choice is either don't watch at all or watch at absurd hours. So I get it. And I'm also not your parents, so I can't tell you guys to. I can't make you guys go to bed, but I can definitely tell you, hey, you should go to bed. This is a weird random. Well, it's sort of on topic, I guess, because we've been doing a just chatting stream incidentally today. I've thought about it. If I ever get like really rich, I want I really want to get like a nice desk, really nice camera. We're gonna have like a little setup just for the just chatting stream. Very talk show hosty vibe, and that would be like my dumb purchase of the year. It would be like a whole studio just for talk shows. Even though I don't do like any talk show of any type, but I could host a podcast there if I wanted to, I guess. Not that really there's much to podcasts. I did have a podcast at one point in time. That was a thing. I think the episode is still up. I'm kind of debating taking it down. I don't know. We'll see. Wait, really? Yeah, it was one episode. One singular episode. And it was with my brother, and he and I sat down and we did like, I think it was an hour, maybe. I don't remember how long it was. And I was gonna have a whole bunch of my friends be on it and all that, but I got like to thinking, and my schedule just didn't really work out very good. and all the people that I really wanted to be in the podcast probably weren't going to be available, or it was going to require heavier editing, so I just opted to not do it in its entirety. So there's one episode out there of it, and that's it. If I'm really tired, I'll fall asleep anyway. At least then I'm still somewhat useful as a sleep lurker. That's completely fair. I didn't think about that. I'm trying to remember. I want to at some point in time go through and try to find clips of me almost falling asleep, because it's happened a couple of times where I have almost fallen asleep streaming. Predominantly the 24-hour stream comes to mind. I mean, I was almost asleep at the very end of it, even. Like, there was an hour before we got back into King SMP stuff, and I was like, music. And so I did some music stuff, and it was so bad. But I was, like, almost falling asleep the entire time doing that, because I was like, words weren't coming to my mind, so it was hard for my brain to even, like, do anything. And so I was like, okay, music is at least something. It's a different language in entirety. It's got some amount of focus that it requires, so my brain will stay awake. That stream was miserable, dude. Like, it was a fun time. I look back on it fondly, but I also remember the days after I felt awful, and it was not a good stream overall, in my opinion. So I probably won't ever do a 24-hour stream ever again. But I do actually owe you guys a 12-hour stream. I don't know when it's gonna happen. Not this year. It was supposed to happen like several times now, and then it didn't. So I'm kind of I'm thinking probably sometime in 2026. And then before long, I'll owe you guys another one. So I'm trying to just find ways to, like, get around the 12-hour stream and maybe find a better special stream that we can do instead. I don't know what that would look like yet, though. We'll see. Can't leave because you make me want to stay and listen. It's good. Well, I appreciate it. I really do. I'm actually probably going to wrap up soon because I don't have a whole lot that I really wanted to talk about. I was mostly going to actually just play the game today, but the hardware fought against me. And 12-hour watch party stream. Oh, that's an idea. We watch the 12-hour stream again as a stream. I haven't been here long enough, so I missed that. 24-hour stream seems rough, though. It was pretty bad. We did that for 1,000 followers, and it was rough. Because I had a lot of friends pop in throughout it to help me, but there were long stretches where it was just me all alone, and it was always those stretches that I was about to fall asleep during. And that was also when the first flare of, like, symptoms started showing up for my whatever I have. The thing that I'm still chasing to this day. So that was like 2 years ago now, I believe. Maybe it was 1 year. How long has my cat been dead? He died. This is terrible that this is how I remember it. My cat, we took him to the vet that night after the stream was over because he wasn't doing well, like, the whole day leading up to it. And we knew he was getting pretty old, but we ended up having to put him down that night because he wasn't having a good life, and he was probably going to have a surgery to replace, I think, his kidneys, which is really expensive, and then the question is he even going to have a good life after that? So, yeah, we didn't... That's how I remember that, funnily enough. I believe it's been 2 years since then. Has it really? Oh, no. That sounds right. Yeah. Yeah, because last year we did a 12-hour stream instead. And, that went much better. You know, the cat, why, king what? Oh, no, that's sad. It, you know, I saw it coming. It may have blindsided other members of the family, I don't know. It didn't blindside me, though. I knew that cat was gonna die, dude. He I feel bad now, because I didn't know how soon it was gonna be, but, I knew it was gonna happen eventually, because he started getting a lot more lethargic, but he would, he wanted to be in my room, a lot, and, a lot of that had to do with the fact that there was a package of gum in my bag that I left on the floor, and he would smell that, and it would get him, like, a little high. Just a little. Because I guess, like, peppermint apparently has, like, a similar effect as catnip, interestingly enough. So he, like, sniffed that, I guess, and it made him act a certain way, which is really funny. But, he would want to get in here, and I didn't really want him in here anyway because of my computer and all that. So he came in, and he, you know, he would do that, and so I would just close the door. He wasn't allowed in. But he would lay right next to the, door until I was done streaming. And then I would come out, and he'd follow me throughout the house as I got more water, as I brushed my teeth, all those things, and then he'd follow me back up here. He'd try to get in the way. I would push him out of the way because he was always in the way. That was the thing. He knew how to be in the way. And then after I'd finally go to bed, he would start whining at the top of the stairs so that it would echo. A lot of that had to do with, I think, he was kind of blind at a certain point in his life. So I think he was doing it to just figure out where he was, or just try to find out where everybody else was. He didn't like being by himself, which is completely fair. But he wasn't really great at finding people. And then later on, as he got older and older, he couldn't jump up onto my mom and dad's bed. So they got him little cat stairs. And he didn't really like using that. I think eventually he swallowed his pride and started using them, but I don't know that to be true. You should make it redeem to do a 24-hour stream or a 12-hour stream. 12 hours seems better. I would be willing probably for a 12-hour stream, but I don't know what I would price that at yet. And I don't know. I would need to figure out some defaults for that so that the rules are very clear on what the expectation would be. Because as much as I like the idea of that, you know, I want to make sure I'm not cheating anybody. So, like, they're expecting it to turn into a 12-hour stream right then and there. You know, what would that look like? But also, what would... If it didn't start right then and there, would it be on that weekend? Well, some weekends I'm busy, so I can't do a 12-hour stream that weekend. Is it just we set it up to schedule at some point in time? Well, that feels unfair because, you know, I've got a 12-hour stream due from October, I think. Maybe even earlier than that, maybe September. So, you know, I'm like way behind on this one that I promised you guys. So I don't know what the ideal execution of that would be, but I do want to, that would be a good idea. I do like it. And rather a good life over a longer life in pain, absolutely. And he lived a long life. He was old. Like I said, old enough that he started to not be able to see well. His hips were bothering him, and we only had him for, I don't know, maybe 5 years. But he had, been astray. I don't know how long. None of us know. But he showed up on our back porch one day, and wouldn't leave. And so my mom and dad were like, well, I guess we got a cat. And the rest was history after that. It was one of those the cats choose you sort of deals, which worked out pretty good. Cats have 9 lives, we can wait. When you forget, it's okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to plan it. It's just timings haven't been wonderful there. Technically, I could do it this weekend, but this weekend I need to get things ready for family coming in on Monday and Tuesday. So we'll see. Free cat, yeah. Well, I say free. We didn't have like all the supplies to take care of him immediately, and then he cost us a lot of money after that. We had to take him in to the vet and get him all checked out, remove any fleas, buy a bed for him that he didn't ever use, buy a bunch of food, cat litter, and it was a whole experience, but it worked out pretty good, I would say. Grab cat outside. Mom and dad won't let me have a cat. Yeah, I don't blame anybody for saying we don't want pets. As somebody myself, I've thought about the logistics of it. The logistics of a pet suck. Because if you're a family that likes to get up and go, you don't want to be responsible or have somebody else be responsible for taking care of a pet during vacation. A pet is one more thing to think about. You got to make sure somebody's home to take care of them at some point in time during the day, so you can't be out, for 12 hours. Your dog needs to go out to pee. Your cat will probably be just fine for 12 hours. Your cat will be just fine never seeing you ever again, so long as there's food in the bowl. But, I unfortunately, that is the problem with pets, but I also understand it from a pet lover's perspective, because I've thought about it intensively, and I'm like, yeah, a cat would be, or a dog. I think I could train a very good dog, but the problem is I think I would know in my head, like, oh yeah, this would be great. But the other part of me knows I would say that, but that dog probably would not get trained at all. I'm not one to follow through, apparently. I've been learning. I think we're gonna have to end stream. I'm having some more internet problems. That's unfortunate. Well, okay, that's good. That worked out. We were starting to wrap up anyway. Not free cat, but worth it maybe. Well, I mean, the cat himself, I suppose, was free, but the expenses associated with taking care of the cat were not. Yeah. I do have a cat, but he's fat cat, fair enough. Rip. Bye. See ya, dude. Wish you the best. Thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, sorry. I may come back tomorrow. Probably not, though. But we'll be back Thursday for sure. I appreciate you guys for being around. We will do a raid, though, so I encourage you guys to hop in and get some free channel points and meet a cool streamer along the way. I apologize that today's stream wasn't at all what we planned, but I hope it was still a good time nonetheless. Let's see, who's live? We already rated you recently. I don't want to go back. Rated us once. Say hello to you, or we can say hello to you. Do you guys want to see Minecraft, or do you guys want to see Stardew Valley? Did we say hello to you? I don't think we've ever played raid tag with this person yet. Hope PC gets better for next time. I'm gonna work on it tonight, but unfortunately a lot of it seems to be the internet. The encoding thing was PC though, so I'm gonna work on that tonight. See you on the next one. Appreciate it. All right. Considering the lack of decisions I've seen, I'm making an executive decision. We're going to raid somebody new today. They raided us a couple weeks back, maybe just a week ago. But they're trying Stardew for the first time by themselves, and it looks like a lot of fun. Their name is Breezy Bree Marie. So hop in raid, get some free champ points, meet a cool streamer along the way, and I'll hopefully see you guys again on Thursday, if not tomorrow, but probably not tomorrow because we all know how I am on follow through. Join the Discord, do all the things. I'm not gonna advertise a bunch, and I'll see you guys again soon. Good night, everybody.